Alrighty guys, so time for part number 2 for what your budget can buy you within Vero Beach. So yes, we're going to have to keep it in the studio. Don't know if you could tell, but I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so we're going to have to do it here, not walking around the beach, completely overheating myself to where I'll pass out. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Andrew Pinch. If you don't know who I am yet, this is a channel that covers everything you need to know about living, playing, eating, sleeping, buying real estate anywhere on the Florida East Coast. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want to be represented by me when moving to the Florida East Coast, make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, because we promise that we'll have your back when making that move here to the Florida East Coast. All right, guys, so jumping into part number 2. Also, for the categories that we are going to cover today, we're going to cover 4 different ones. So this is going to be non-HOA on the mainland, HOA on the mainland, non-HOA on the island, and then HOA on the island. So the HOA in the island will include also condos, condominiums, and also single family homes within there. Alrighty, so starting off between $500,000 to $600,000, if that is your budget when moving to Vero Beach, this is really your entryway into luxury when moving to Vero Beach. So this is when houses, if you must have a 3-car garage, they start to open up with this one. You can get into multiple bedroom homes. So if you need a larger house, have a big family, want to split the mortgage with somebody, you know, whatever it may be, that's another thing that opens up here when going up into this budget. You can find houses for up to 6+ bedrooms. Also, nicer move-in ready pool homes start to open up as well. And then also acreage for non-HOA neighborhoods start opening up too. So let's first start off with the first category, which is going to be the HOA neighborhoods between $500,000 to $600,000. So first one's going to be High Point. So I have mentioned High Point before. I've gone over their model homes. In fact, this Sunday, there's going to be another tour with a High Point home that's going to be released. So I do that. I'm trying to make it to where it's every Sunday we tour one. So High Point with GHO is one of them. So it's a great neighborhood in between Vero Beach and Sebastian. That is selection number 1 for me. Also, you can get yourself into larger homes within Waterway Village. So some of these homes have impact windows and doors. A lot of them have 2-car garages. It is beautiful homes in a great neighborhood. So I highly recommend Waterway Village. This is another one, another community that I have toured in the past. Waterway Village is a great little spot if you want to be in that nice manicured place within Vero Beach, kind of in between Vero Beach and Sebastian, but it's more, I would say, more southern or South Vero than it is for High Point. You are a lot closer drive to the Publixes and everything else that are within central Vero Beach, also close to that 95 exit, while still being about 15 minutes away from the beach. So Waterway Village, another great option. The next one that I have is there are 3-car garage homes in Ashley Lakes. So these are newer-ish homes built in about 2014. It is a gated neighborhood with a low HOA, which is why I decided to pull the trigger on this one. The low HOA is about $75 a month at the time of this recording. So 3-car garage homes between $500,000 to $600,000 if you want to be in that nice manicured gated community, low HOA. This is really your barrier entry point into getting into a nice newer home. All right, so now moving on to the non-HOA neighborhoods. The first pick, of course, is going to be McCanch Park. You've heard me talk about this one a ton. A lot of my earlier videos, the reason for that is because this is a nice historic district, and this is whenever the renovated homes start to open up. So this is walking distance to Troy Moody Park in Vero Beach. You get some larger lots in there. McCanch Park, beautiful area. So that is my pick number 1 for the non-HOA neighborhoods. Second one is going to be Winter Beach Park. So this is up in North Vero, very close to Sebastian. These are older wood frame houses, but they are sitting on almost an acre of property. So if having that amount of land appeals to you, this is actually a very affordable way of doing it by going in here. Just know you're going to have to make some sacrifices. There's always a give and take. Unless your budget is just through the roof and you have no budget, then there's really not a give and take. You can really have whatever you want. But when working and trying to keep things limited, keep things within a budget under $600,000, this is a great place to start. Just know you're going to be in older wood frame houses when sitting on that acre of property. Now, the third pick I have is going to be Country Walk. So these are all half-acre lots built in the 80s. They're larger homes, so a lot of them are over 2,500 square feet, and it's within Central Vero, so right off 12th Street. I actually live right off 12th Street as well. I'm in a neighborhood called Oaks of Vero, and this one one being, I love where I am. I can hop on my bike. I can go to Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. The example that I'm using here is also a pool home. So just know that that can be done. Pool home, half-acre lot, but it is a little bit older and you're going to have those sacrifices like I was saying before. So now let's move on to the next category. This is going to be non-HOA island. So little kicker on this one. There is none. Between $500,000 to $600,000, there is no opportunity to get a house, a single family home, but not within an HOA. So we're going to go ahead and skip that subject. Now, the second one we're going to do is the island with HOA. So we're going to be talking about all condominiums if you want to stay below $600,000. So first one is going to be Seahorse Beach. So Seahorse Beach was built back in the 1980s. It has a $450 a month HOA fee, but does not include any amenities. But it is also east of A1A, which is practically on Ocean Drive. So that is a huge deal for you guys who have not visited Vero Beach. Being east of A1A is number one on the list for a lot of people who want to move to the island because they don't want to cross that major road to get to the beach. They want walkability to these beaches. Number two is being close to Ocean Drive. So Ocean Drive is where everything's happening. It's Central Vero. It's where, you know, Vero Beach really started its kind of downtown strip, lots of restaurants, shops, things to do. You know, all sorts of different things are all up and down Ocean Drive. It's a great little place where you can go and visit. I highly recommend it. If you're going to visit Vero Beach, maybe book a hotel there. That is two very big deals, being east of A1A and also close to Ocean Drive, which is why I made my list for pick number one. Now, number two is going to be Ocean Club. So I mentioned this one before in the last video. It is just north of JC Beach. So it's still within golf carting distance. If you're feeling adventurous, you can take a walk from JC Beach. It shouldn't take you more than 10-15 minutes from there, maybe even a little bit less, to walk from here, Ocean Club, to the Ocean Drive area where I was talking about, especially if you're stopping by the Vero Beach Hotel. And that is just a close walk because that's further north up on Ocean Drive. So this price point does get you an ocean view, but it is a smaller 2-2 for the example that I found. But where the kicker is the $1,600 a month HOA fee. So this does include, though, a community pool, private beach access, and everything else like that too. So definitely know that and start putting that in your back pocket. If those high monthly fees do not scare you off, Ocean Club could be a great choice for you. Now time for number three. Very prestigious name around here in Vero Beach is going to be the Moorings. So the Moorings is within the budget of $600,000. So with the Moorings, you have a community pool, tennis courts, granite beach access. It's down further in South Vero. And for this particular condo that I chose on this example, it is $1,011 a month. So there are several different mini HOAs within the Moorings. So those HOA fees could change up regarding, you know, which type of condo you're in, which side of the, you know, river, if you're on the river side or if you're on the ocean side, and several other things like that. So it is pretty far south though. I wanted to mention that, near St. Lucie County. And I did have a listing that is just right across from the Moorings that just recently went under contract. So it is still a very desirable area to be in. Alrighty, so now it's time to move on to the next category, which is going to be between $600,000 to $700,000. So what I noticed about this budget, it's actually pretty limited options. This is kind of a lull period within our listing. So typically, you know, most houses within an HOA, non-HOA on mainland will fall, you know, the majority of them will fall between that $300,000 to $400,000 or $300,000 to $500,000 category. When you start getting to $600,000 to $700,000, the type of homes that call for that price point and type of construction really is limited. You know, we have like a mix between normal 3.2s within $300,000 to $500,000 or multiple $1 million mansions on the beach. So it's just kind of like a weird mix time period that we're going to see pretty much between $600,000 to $1 million. So let's go ahead and jump into it right now. HOA neighborhoods, first category. First pick is going to be the Antilles. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Vero Beach. So the Antilles is right there off US 1. I've actually done a lot of business within the Antilles. It is a mix of older homes built by, I'm not too sure who built them, but they built some magnificent, beautiful homes. Only issue is they're known for its Chinese drywall back whenever they were building during the first boom. So like the 2006, 2007, they had a lot of issues with that. So be aware, the older homes may have had, I don't think there's too many in there right now with Chinese drywall, but just know that they may have had them in the past and needed to be remediated before anyone can move in. Also, D.R. Horton bought the remaining lots within the Antilles and then started building their high-end build too. So I don't want you to think D.R. Horton as like a, you know, big spec home builder and they have zero quality. Actually, they built really nice homes within the Antilles. So just know that it is their top quality builds that are within there as well. HOA fee within there are about $475 a month. With that, it includes lawn care, community pool, a fitness or exercise room, tennis courts, billiards, a gate, and then also a library is also included within those HOA fees. So pretty cool there too. Now time for number 2 is going to be High Point again. Yes, I love talking about this because as we go up in price, the quality of home goes up, the size of home goes up, everything. So this is where you can find a 3-car garage house within High Point. Right now, the HOA fees are $346.33 a month. I don't think those are going to go up. I know a lot of builders like to play the tricks where, you know, they have the lower HOA fees, but then after the builder lets go of the property, they've artificially kept the price down and then they plan to increase it. Well, I've actually known some GHO neighborhoods that were built back in 2017 to 2018 who have since completed construction for several years now, and the HOA fees have not gone up. So they actually price their HOA fees at a very reasonable amount to start off with, not to bait and switch you whenever they trade off and they hand off their, you know, their HOA to another company. So with that, $346.33 a month, you get lawn care, internet via the hot wire fiber, 300 service, and then plus basic TV with 2 set-top boxes. So all kind of gibberish there, I know, but you could get, you know, you get your TV, you get your internet, and you also get, so the cable service there as well through Hotwire. Now, the third one in this category is going to be Citrus Springs. So Citrus Springs, one thing you should know about it though, the majority of Citrus Springs does fall within a flood zone. So take that into account with your monthly fees. It can add anywhere between $600 to $1,000 a year in your insurance bill. But with Citrus Springs, your HOA fee is only $92 a month. Still gives you a community pool with some tennis courts there too. But what I love about Citrus Springs is that it's an older neighborhood that is still very close to everything within Vero. So you're all within driving distance, quick 5 minute to here, 5 minutes to there, maybe 10 minutes to the beach, that sort of thing. So you are all within a very centrally located neighborhood here, which isn't very common, especially with the new construction homes that we're seeing here being built farther up to the north. But know that the infrastructure is following the construction as more and more people move to Vero Beach and it expands further north. All right, so now moving on to our next category, which is going to be the non-HOA neighborhoods. And the first one I have to start off with is Royal Park. So these are homes built in the 1920s all the way through the 1970s. It surrounds the Vero Beach Country Club. So this is really one of the most highly desirable, most prestigious non-HOA neighborhood on the mainland. So I know that was a mouthful, but this is where you find beautiful golf courses that are in the center of Royal Park and kind of like hugged with the roads. It has a nice old Florida feel, of course, with homes being built from the 1920s to the 1970s. Just in all around beautiful, beautiful area to call home. Second one's going to be Indian River Farms. So these are lots of homes on over an acre. Most of these homes within that price point do have a pool, and it's located just north of the Indian River Mall off of 33rd Street. So location is very convenient. There's a lot more than just the mall. There's the surrounding areas of the mall, which is everything that you could possibly need. I never really have to leave that area too much because everything's pretty much there. So don't think that just because the mall's dead, that the whole area is dead. It's quite the opposite. All right, next non-HOA neighborhood is going to be Vero Lake Estates. So if there is a little bit of a stigma with Vero Lake Estates with it being dirt roads and, well and septic, but there are lots of larger lots there on over an acre. So you can get acreage and a pool for a reasonable price. It's located within northwest part of Vero Beach, just west of Sebastian. So you are over 20-minute drive to just about anything in Vero Beach. Just know you're closer to Sebastian than you are Vero Beach, but if you're okay with Sebastian being your town while having a Vero Beach address, this might work for you. Now for the next category, which is going to be non-HOA neighborhoods on the island. Once again, between $600,000 to $700,000. We have a big fat zero. You can't buy on the island and not have an HOA, pay an HOA fee for under $700K, at least at the time of this recording. Now moving on to the island and HOA neighborhoods, more specifically condominiums, we have Sea Place. So Sea Place is right there on JC Beach, built in the 1970s with an HOA fee of $535 $134 a month. With that, you receive zero zitch, nothing, amenities. But overall, a great little place. You know, if you want to live on the island, JC Beach is a great place to do it because you're still close to a lot of things near Ocean Drive, and also still close to the bridges as well. Number 2, again, is going to be the moorings. I know we've already covered this one. So the moorings is just another place where you can buy within that budget, maybe get a little bit of a nicer home, nicer condo. Number 3 is going to be Pepper Tree. So Pepper Tree is larger condominiums. So nearly 2,000 square feet is what you're going to get within Pepper Tree at this budget. It was built in the 1990s, and the HOA fee is only $405 a month, with which you actually get some amenities. You get a community pool. So Pepper Tree, another great little option there. All right, so next up we have between $700,000 to $800,000 here in Vero Beach. So only 28 options came up for this one. It's still a weird spot for pricing in Vero Beach, but let's go ahead and kick it off with the HOA neighborhoods first. So first one's going to be Lucaya Point. So Lucaya Point, by far my favorite on this list because it is a GHO neighborhood. Just know within that price point, you are going to be in a villa. So a villa is an attached home. The cool thing that GHO does is it actually has 2 different elevations on each side. So it really doesn't even look like a villa, you know, where they have pretty much like, think of a standard duplex where they look exactly the same on each side. The GHO does this completely the opposite. So they have one Mediterranean look on one side and then one more Florida coastal look on the other. So pretty cool, different little variances there. As well. Only the HOA fees here are $187 a month. With that, it includes your lawn care, your common areas, and the gate. And also every home there gets a private pool standard. So you get a 10 by 20 standard size pool. You get all the upgrades and just the standard features that GHO offers, like the impact windows and doors, spray and attic insulation, high ceilings, everything else that they're known for. And the best part about this one, the reason why I recommend it so highly is because it is just 5 minutes from the beach. So I actually ran into a couple, Kelly, if you're watching this, hello. Ran into them on the beach. They said they were looking at Lucaya Point and then were only in the car for 4 minutes before they got to the beach and were able to talk to me whenever they ran into me on the street. So that was pretty cool. Great little information there that I love to hear, especially now that we're coming off a season, traffic is dying down. The fact that he was only 4 minutes away is pretty impressive. Next one, no surprise to you guys at all, I'm sure, is another GHO neighborhood, which is just Falls at Grand Harbor. So this is new construction homes by GHO. And with Grand Harbor, you're really buying a lifestyle. So this Grand Harbor really has a ton of different things to choose from. It is $533 a month. There is a beach club available, which a lot of people go to. My wife and I looked into joining. There's a clubhouse, community pool, fitness center. You have golf privileges because you do have you're on a golf course there too. Tennis courts, lawn care. I mean, just everything. I mean, this is a very, very active lifestyle-oriented neighborhood if you're going to move into Grand Harbor. This is just honestly one of my best picks if you're going to be moving here and want to and have that budget within the HOA and the buy-in. I know it's pretty high, but when thinking about everything that you receive, not too bad. Now for the next one is going to be Oak Harbor. So Oak Harbor, 55 plus community here, built in the early 2000s, so during the first boom there. The HOA fees there are $733 a month, and with that you receive lawn care, community pool, clubhouse, fitness room. And I really think that you get more with Grand Harbor. Just know you're going to be more tightly packed in there. The houses are a lot smaller, pretty much on 0 lot lines. Like I said, you're buying a community and you're buying the lifestyle. Now moving on to non-HOA neighborhoods within this price point. Royal Park, you already know the drill with this one, but just look at this beauty that I found. This is a completely renovated home with a view of the golf course, almost 3,000 square feet of living space, built in 1986. So this is just another kind of example here of what type of house you can get into within that neighborhood. So very beautiful. Royal Park is definitely one of my favorites, and it's going to show up probably a few more times on this list if I have anything to do with it. Moving on to the non-HOA island, we do actually have a few selections here too. So if you wanted just, to have your ability to park a boat, RV, whatever it is, while living on the island, get kind of best of both worlds. Non-HOA is going to be the best place to go. And we're going to start off with Oceanair Heights. So these homes were built in the 80s and 90s. It's right in Wabasso, so it's still a Vero Beach address, but Wabasso Beach is going to be right there. So this is right across the street from Wabasso Beach. These are though west of A1A, so you do have to cross A1A to get to the beach, but it is not very busy when you get that far north. Now moving on to Island with HOA, it's going to be Summer Place. So Summer Place is going to be my first pick for that one. These are single family homes built in the 60s with a low HOA of $29.16 a month. So you were just paying for restrictions at that point. So you have no RVs, no boats, no branded work trucks. You know, people are taking care of their property. So if that jives with you, you want just enough restrictions to keep the neighborhood upkept and nice, but not overloaded with too many amenities that you're not going to use. Just make sure that you remember that one there too. So that is Summer Place. Another one's going to be Old Orchid. So this is just north of Wabasso Road. These are single family homes as well, built in the early 2000s. So a little bit, or actually a lot newer construction that you get. The HOA fee there is about $380 a month. And with that, you receive personal lawn care, pest control for your particular house, a community pool, fitness center, jogging trails, and a clubhouse. So that's actually a pretty low HOA fee. You're going to notice a give and take with the buy-in price and the HOA fees. Typically the higher buy-in price, the lower HOA fees, and then vice versa. So you're going to notice a trend with that. Next pick is going to be a condo, but man, is this a gorgeous condo. Am I right? This is going to be the Victoria condo, built in 1982. So this is going to offer you, a lot of these are going to offer you over 2,000 square feet of living space. This is kind of the midway point between the bridges here, between the Wabasso Bridge and then the Barber Bridge there in Vero Beach. And also the HOA fees there do jump up quite a bit, and they're going to be $1,736 a month. With that, you get bike storage, a clubhouse, community pool, elevator, extra storage, granite beach access, a lobby, and tennis courts. So lots of different things to choose from there too. And you get a lot with your HOA fee while also living in one of the most beautiful condos in Vero Beach, if you want, in my opinion. Now for the next price point, it's going to be between $800,000 to $900,000. So with this, still not many options. We only had 28 results, but then let's go ahead and start off with the HOA neighborhoods on mainland. So first thing I want to talk about, definitely going to be Lucaya Point. Again, you already know the drill with that one, but this is where you get a private pool home, single family, within a beautiful neighborhood, close to the beach, and GHO quality, the high ceilings, everything else that we talked about before. So that is definitely something there too. This example that I found is the Cypress model, which is 2,241 square feet. It has a 3-car garage, and overall is just a amazing pick. Number 2 is going to be Bent Pine. So Bent Pine is on a golf course there. Very close to Lucaya Point, High Point, everything else there too. Honestly, it's just a beautiful little area, and you get those golf course views when living in Bent Pine. The example that I chose is 3,100 square feet, and it's a home with a private pool. HOA fees are pretty low, coming in at $195 a month, and that just includes the common areas. So not too many, there's a lot of common areas within Bent Pine, so just know that that's why you get the heightened HOA fees. If you want to live in the golf course, it comes with a fee. Next one is going to be a smaller neighborhood, so not too many options to pick from, but we did have one active when I was looking online, and that's going to be Four Lakes. So this is a newer neighborhood. Houses were built around 2019. The low HOA fees are $184 a month. That only includes the common areas, but the reason that I chose that is just another nicer, smaller neighborhood. If you don't want to live in some giant big community, Four Lakes could be another option for you as well. So now let's move on to the non-HOA neighborhoods, and the first one I'm going to choose is going to be Indian River Farms. So in Indian River Farms, it's going to be west of 66th Avenue, so pretty far west. So if that's more of your style, if you like being further away from the coast, but want to have your acreage while being close, driving distance to the beach, still within 15-20 minutes or so, Indian River Farms may be your option. So if you wanted land, you got to pay. This one here has 5 acres, this particular example that I found here too. So just know, if you're looking for that kind of land, 5 acres, huge. That's another one. I have a second pick here too. This is another example of Indian River Farms and what can get you. This one is, particular home is 3,700 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath on almost 2 acres, and it comes with a private pool. Another great little option there on Indian River Farms to choose from. Number 3 is going to be Old Sugar Mill. So I actually live right next to Old Sugar Mill. My house backs up to a beautiful, gorgeous mansion in Old Sugar Mill. So I'm not complaining about that. And then these are about half-acre lots in Central Vero. So I say mansion loosely. I mean, sometimes it's relative, you know, but these are a mix of older frame houses with some newer homes too. So reason Oak, you know, this one made the list here, Old Sugar Mill made the list, is because it is so close to everything and very convenient within Vero Beach. So yeah, these are older houses, but they're super well maintained and very well taken care of. Now let's talk about the non-HOA houses that you can get in this price point on the island. So first one's going to be, I found an example here. There's just one house south of Central Beach. Comes in at 1,811 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 1963 on a half-acre lot. And this is really your gateway into being able to golf cart or bike your distance to the Ocean Drive while having while being in a single family home. This one does have a private pool, and it's just overall a beautiful house that is you just have to cross A1A in order to get to Ocean Drive, but it's still not even very busy road. Nothing compared to the State Road 60 that I have to cross to get to the mall. So that was our only option there for non-HOA. For now, moving on to HOA, we're going to have the Island Club. So the Island Club just south of Wabasso Beach. It was built in the late 90s. The HOA fee there only comes in at $390 a month, but with that includes lawn care, a clubhouse, community pool, exercise and fitness center, and granted beach access with some tennis courts as well. So there you kind of see the give and take, the higher buy-in, lower HOA, while still offering you plenty of amenities there too. So this is a great deal of an HOA, but you'll see the relationship there as we go higher in price, come down lower with that. All right, so now I know I didn't have a lot of options for that other one just because there weren't a lot of options. A lot of these things are going to go above $1 million in part 3, but next category we have is between $900,000 to $1 million. So believe it or not, I've talked a lot about the median price point of Vero Beach, but the average price point in Indian River County was $934,000. So it's no surprise why more options open up whenever we start approaching the average price point. So we had about 40 results for this price point. Some beautiful pool homes open up within this one on the mainland, and you're going to see one of my listings as an example here too. All right, so for the first category and the first choice in the first category, this is going to be HOA on the mainland. There's no surprise that I put Lucaya Point on here again, and that's to really show off the style of home that you can get when increasing your budget from $900,000 to $1 million. So the Magnolia 21 model opens up. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a 3-car garage. Comes in at 2,626 square feet. And it just includes everything else that we mentioned about Lucaya Point in this little thing. So we're going to have like a little Matterport tour where we walk around, take a look at the floor plan, and I hope you enjoy that. The second one is going to be Lily's Cay. So Lily's Cay, this really was the Lucaya Point back in 2018. This is another one with a natural gas community, very much like Lucaya Point was. HOA fee is $372 a month. This includes your lawn care and your exterior maintenance of the home too. So that is very important to mention for this example here in Lily's Cay. Third one's going to be Lake Sapphire. So this is my listing. Beautiful home, private pool in there too. Extremely high ceilings, nice finishes, good upgrades too. This is a 2,747 square foot home, 3-bedroom plus an office, 3-bath home with a 3-car garage. So all finishings here are top notch. It is again a natural gas community with a private pool that I mentioned before, with all the GHO quality with the impact windows and doors. The thing is a fortress for hurricanes. You can live there seasonally, and then leave during the summer and not have to worry one bit about it. Also, I'd probably ride out a Category 5 hurricane in one of those GHO homes with no problems at all. Now let's move on to the next category, which is going to be the non-HOA homes on the mainland. First one's going to be Country Club Point. So this is direct intercoastal access. So what I love about that is, you know, yes, you're on the mainland, but you have access here to the river. So, and then also you can take the river and go off the inlets either in Fort Pierce or Sebastian. So you really have your choice there for everything when living here. This is a 1960s build for this particular one. It's also a private pool home and comes in around 2,000 square feet. So this price point really gets you a remodeled old Florida charm. And old Florida homes really have the best location because, of course, they started building closer to where everyone wanted to be, on the river, on the ocean. And then it moved further west from there. So this is how you get the best location in Vero Beach in any coastal town, is by buying an older home and then just getting to renovate it that way. Next one is going to be Indian River Farms. So I'd like to say there's two types of millionaires out there. There's my island millionaires who just love being golf carting distance to everything on Ocean Drive and being next to the beach. But then there's also my acreage millionaires out there too, who want to have their horses, you know, just cattle, whatever it may be. Your 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 acres. Keep your boat, keep your this on the property. It doesn't matter. That's really kind of where this one comes in. And we've already talked about this one too, so I'm not going to tell you much about the neighborhood, just about the house. So this is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage home with 4,186 square feet of living space, built in the 1960s. It is on over 2 acres with a private pool, newly renovated, and it is a just all-around gorgeous home. So that is that one there too. Now moving on to the next category, which is going to be non-HOA island homes. So this is going to be, my first pick is going to be Bethel by the Sea. So this is where you can get yourself a beautifully remodeled old Florida home. You won't get yourself a huge house or a lot near Ocean Drive for this price, but you can be walking distance to it. So lots of these homes are under 2,000 square feet, remodeled back in the 1960s, and you know, so old 1960s homes that were remodeled recently. And it's a mix between concrete block and frame homes. So each one comes on about 1/3 of an acre, and then this is the example for that one too. Next one's going to be the River Oak Estate. So this is near the same area, but west of A1A. Let's just talk real quick about the biggest differences, or like the biggest draws when buying on the island. So there's east of A1A, west of A1A. There's a huge price difference between the two because one of them is walking distance to the beach. The other one, you have to walk that main road, walk across that main road to get to the beach. So just a quick little rundown with there. But I love these non-HOA neighborhoods because they have an RV parked on their driveway. This particular example does, hidden by the fence. And here you can get really the best of both worlds. So island living without the restrictions and the freedom of not being within an HOA. You have smaller 1960s homes on about a 1/4 acre lot, and this is the example that you have there too. Next one here, this is going to be for, you know, you island hippies out there with a bigger budget. Ocean Air Heights, I love it. I've talked about this one before. I've walked around it before. This one would be my pick. You know, less traffic, no congestion, easy bridge access to go to and from the mainland. You know, there's no through traffic to Ocean Drive. Like there is on a lot of other streets. Like, you know, we've sold houses off of Flame Vine before. That is a very highly trafficked road. I just like the vibe better of being up there. And, you know, just more kind of secluded. Old Florida, not everyone's concerned about the looks of their house, but it is still extremely safe. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next category, which is going to be HOA on the island. So first one, Castaway Cove. Pretty cool little neighborhood. It's beautiful. Just south of Central Beach, so you're still within golf carting distance to Ocean Drive. Has a low HOA in there of only $196 a month. With that, you get granted beach access and guarded security. So getting in there without a realtor is very tough, so don't think that you can just drive around and view this area without someone present. So make sure to give me a call to get inside those properties. Most of them do have private pools. They're built in the 1980s, and it's a mix between some larger homes and some smaller homes kind of mixed together. So just a beautiful little neighborhood. Definitely one to check out. Next one's going to be Floralton Beach. This is east of A1A. Another beautiful community. This is one of my listings that we're using here as an example. It is a low HOA of $50 a month when living in Floralton Beach. With that, you get granted beach access, and it is a self-managed HOA, so very small list of rules and restrictions you have to follow. It is self-managed, which is the best part about it, because everyone there seems to have more of a laid-back vibe while still taking very, very nice care of their property. Beautiful neighborhood when driving up and down love Florilton Beach for that. This is a little bit further south, so you're almost in St. Lucie County, but you are across from the moorings, which is the house that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video. Next one is going to be the Island Club. This is going to be west of A1A, just south of Wabasso Beach, so up north there. This is a rare opportunity for a lake view while on the island. So single family home, lake view, but still on the island. You don't see that too much. HOA fees there are about $390 a month. You get granted beach access with that, tennis courts and security. You also get larger homes there too. So the example that I have is a 2-story home with 3,500 square feet of living space. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage built in 2003. So that is another one there that we chose for this list, and it is the one that we're gonna wrap up this video with. So again, guys, if you have any questions or concerns before making that move here to the East Coast of Florida, make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. I thank you so much for sitting through another video here. I hope it was helpful. I will see you again next week. Also, make sure to tune in on Sundays for my model home walkthrough videos. I may start a second channel for that, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. I want to kind of experiment and see how well received it is on this particular channel. So guys, have a great weekend. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.